The enduring enigma of the last Dead Sea Scrolls, a 2,000-year-old mystery unraveled. Unearthed in the burning deserts of the Middle East, an ancient text hinted at hidden treasures. Some believed it was a record of gold and silver taken from Jerusalem's Second Temple, one of the marvels of the ancient world. The list seemed more like a tale from an adventure novel than a real document, yet if genuine, it promised the greatest riches in history. The Copper Dead Sea Scrolls have puzzled scholars and treasure hunters alike. Was it real, or just a legend? British scholar John Allegro devoted his life to answering that question, a quest that would eventually cost him almost everything. Allegro, a former naval officer turned biblical scholar, was adventurous by nature. When he was invited to join the study of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the 1950s, he saw it as the chance of a lifetime. The scrolls, discovered in 1947 by a young shepherd near the Dead Sea, were the oldest biblical texts ever found, dating back nearly 2,000 years. They opened a window into the roots of both Judaism and Christianity. Among the many manuscripts, one stood out. Unlike the others, it was not written on parchment but engraved onto sheets of nearly pure copper. Found in 1952 in a cave near Qumran, the copper scroll was brittle and corroded, impossible to unroll without destroying it. Most scholars dismissed it as unreadable, but Allegro was determined to uncover its secrets. With the help of engineer Professor H. Wright Baker, the scroll was carefully cut open in 1955, revealing its text for the first time in almost a millennia. What Allegro saw astonished him. A detailed list of treasures, gold, silver, vessels, and artifacts, along with precise instructions on where they were hidden. The description seemed to point to sites around Jerusalem and Qumran, and Allegro believed the hoard must have come from the Second Temple before it was destroyed by the Romans in its 70. The quantities were staggering tens of tons of gold and silver, a fortune beyond imagination. But Allegro's excitement was not shared by his colleagues. Father Roland Evox, leader of the official Dead Sea Scrolls team, and scholar Joseph Mielik dismissed the copper scroll as fantasy, arguing that no such wealth could have existed. Allegro, however, was convinced of its authenticity. To him, the fact that it was engraved on copper proved it was no fairy tale. The material had been chosen to endure. Shut out by the scholarly establishment, Allegro took matters into his own hands. In 1959, he published his own translation, against the wishes of the official team. The book captured the public imagination, and soon Allegro was raising funds for expeditions to locate the treasure described in the scroll. With support from the Daily Mail and King Hussein of Jordan, Allegro led teams into the desert, exploring caves, ruins, and ancient sites. At Hyrcania, his team uncovered underground chambers matching the scroll's descriptions but found no treasure. In Qumran, they uncovered coins and artifacts, but nothing like the vast riches promised. Despite storms, setbacks, and mounting pressure from sponsors and the media, Allegro pressed on, even seeking permission to excavate beneath Jerusalem's Temple Mount. Political and religious sensitivities, however, barred him from digging in the most promising locations. Over the years, Allegro mounted further expeditions, combing caves and ruins with teams of students and archaeologists. They found coins, pottery, and evidence of ancient occupation, but never the treasures he believed were hidden. By the end of the 1960s, his reputation had suffered, his health declined, and his career stalled. He died in 1988, still believing in the copper scroll's authenticity, but with little recognition from his peers. Today, most scholars agree that the copper scroll is indeed genuine. It appears to be a real inventory of treasures hidden during the turmoil of the 1st century. Whether the treasure was later found, looted by Romans, or still lies buried remains a mystery. Some suggest that over the past 2,000 years, Bedouins, soldiers, and explorers may already have discovered and dispersed it. Yet one tantalizing clue remains. The copper scroll mentions another document hidden elsewhere, containing further secrets of the temple treasure. The treasure's ultimate fate may never be known, but John Allegro's determination ensured that the copper scroll was not dismissed as mere legend. His work, once ridiculed, has been vindicated, and the scroll remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of archaeology.